You don't gotta remember but one name.
Huh?
Just remember one name.
Just one name, that's it.
Jeremy all day.
Hell yeah, dude. So the only thing is just keep the mic like 2-3 inches away. You're
Okay.
cool with that. Yeah. Are we recording? All right, cool. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Counter Culture Podcast. We are here with
Jeremy with Barbell Voodoo.
Heck yeah, dude. How's the weekend going?
Man, so far so good. Rain yesterday kind of dampened things a little bit.
Did you guys get soaked?
No, we've tarped it off pretty well, so we kind of were expecting it. So it's kind of one of them, like, I guess we got lucky.
Yeah, dude, super lucky because these guys next door the first day got pissed on.
Yeah, dude,
and all their shit.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Well, you had it outside trying to dry it. I mean, and of course, we're friends with all of them, so we've seen it. We've done this 100 times, so it's like one of them. We figured, hey, let's bring a bunch of tarps and just be safe because it's Florida and it's going to rain.
Yeah. You guys didn't take out the hair blow dryers from the hotels?
No hair dryers yet. Look, I ain't got no hair, man. Come on.
Yeah. That's true. I didn't want to say it, but that's true.
I borrowed one of Allie's.
I was going to say you got a thick pair of hair, or thick head of hair.
Right.
What's with the Clarks?
Man, so this is a new line we're going to come out with. So we have the colorful ducks. We got a black pair with the colorful ducks, and then we're going to run this one here. And so I just debuted it today. I got some more debut stuff tomorrow. I'm kind of bringing out the new stuff every day, so everybody can see it and be like, hey, yeah, I want some of that. And then from there we can, get it out to the public and make sure it's kind of a test market. Make sure everybody likes. Hey, that's cool. I like those because everybody's really been liking the button-down shirts.
People love that shit, dude. They soak it up.
So the thing is, everybody's loving it. So we're like, okay, let's come out with some different ones. What else can we get that somebody might like?
Yeah,
so
dude.
we keep doing that and keep trying to make it fun.
Heck yeah. That's
Fitness
awesome.
don't have to be that serious, man. We can have fun.
Dude, and I think that's actually kind of one of the downfalls to CrossFit in the strength world is that like people take it so freaking seriously. Yeah. It's exercise, man.
Yeah. And the other piece to that is, think about it. There's 1% of these people are actually elite athletes.
Yeah.
99% of the people are older, overweight, whatever it is, and you get into CrossFit to get healthy.
Yeah.
You're not there because you're going to be a pro athlete.
Right.
So don't be so serious. Look, if you don't finish the WOD or if you got to scale a WOD or whatever it is, just do it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how we got into this was, I'm a big guy, my partner's a big guy, and so it's like, man, they don't make cool shirts for big guys. So we're like, hey, let's do that. And there you go. 10 years ago. And this, so that's what we tell everybody. Fitness don't have to be that serious.
Yeah. You guys have been doing this for 10 years?
This is year 10. We're about to be in year 11.
Dang, dude. So what's it been like? Like, what did you do before Barbell Voodoo?
So I still have a full-time job.
You do?
I do.
Wow. Doing what?
I work for iHeartRadio. Is my real job. So
are you a DJ?
No. I do sales for iHeart.
Sweet.
But
what does that entail? Sales for the radio.
So I go in. I have different brands that I work for. I do mostly automotive stuff. So I do car dealerships from across the country.
Sweet.
So and I do motorcycles, car dealerships. So that's my jam.
Yeah.
I like talking to people. I like being in front of people.
Heck yeah. That's why you're on the podcast,
right? Right. So
cool.
I got a face for radio. So that's why I always tell everybody, I could be a movie star.
Yeah.
So anyway, but yeah, that's and Roy had a full-time job. He's my partner, and until this year, and he went full-time at Barbell Voodoo. So,
dang,
it's really just ramped up after that. So, everything's really going good.
So, what did it take for him to get to be able to do it full-time?
9 years of me begging him, and it's one of those things. Roy is a very let's test it and see if it works, and Roy don't make anything a fast decision.
Yeah,
which is fine. And that's probably why we're the best partners, because we would have been broke in like day 30 if it had been me.
Yeah.
Because I spend all the money, I don't care. I'm like, hey, let's go. I think it's a good idea. And he's like, hey, Jeremy, you got to hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Let's make this what we need it to be.
Yeah.
And so, literally last year, he's like, we've been talking about it for about 2 years, really, truly. He was about ready, and we finally got to a point in, with sales and everything being very consistent to where it's like, okay, let's do this.
Yeah.
And let's really take it from X to X at that point, and that's what makes it happen.
So you're more like the visionary of the brand, and he's like the brains behind it.
He's a lot of brains, but he comes up with all the shirts, all the designs, all that. That's all him. So
yeah.
He's crazy like that, but I'm out here in the field.
You're the hustler.
I'm on a hustle because listen. I can draw the people in because I'm wild. I'm gonna holler at people. I'm gonna do whatever, and that's what that's how come we mix so well. We're yin and yang almost.
Yeah.
You know?
Dude, I think that's so important though, because like the work that I've done with different brands too, right? It's like the brands that always do the most or have the most people come and buy them are the ones that are screaming at people, grabbing them, pulling them in. You see like that brand right there, like I have seen nobody there.
Right.
No one. Well, but it's like, look at him. He's on his phone, just like texting.
Yeah, he could care less if you come over there and get a free whatever.
Right. The other girl's just chilling there too, leaning over. Yeah, it's so when I was like doing the brand ambassador work or whatever, I'd be screaming at people like, get your ass over here, like come have a sip or whatever, you know? But I can definitely jive with what you're saying about your partner. What's his name again? Sorry. Roy? Okay, Roy, and then you. So when we started this podcast, I was like the visionary. I'm a big thinker, like a dream, you know? And
that's me.
Yeah. You think big, and I'm the same way where I'll just like spend the fucking money, don't think about it, like let's just do it, even if you don't have the money, you know?
Sure.
And so Heather, my girlfriend, she's the one that's like, I love the idea. How do we make it happen? Because we can't just pull money out of thin air or something.
Yeah, right.
You know?
That again, you know, we've got all of our printing pretty much in-house now.
Nice.
And so we got some other stuff coming this year that nobody really knows about yet. So today, first time ever, affiliatetees.com.
Hey,
is us.
Sweet.
So for all the CrossFit gyms, we print for a lot of gyms already.
Yeah. Cool.
But we own the brand now, Affiliate Tees too, and it's going to go directly to our site.
Good for you, man.
And so
awesome.
the one thing about that is so not every gym's 1,000 people or 100. Not every gym can order hundreds of shirts at a time.
Yeah.
So we're going to make it to where you can buy 25 shirts at the same quality, same cost, same everything.
That's awesome.
So that the smaller gyms can have their here's the thing, we want to make it to where the gym can actually make a little money off their shirts.
Yeah.
We still make money too, but if the gym's making money and the people are getting the product and they're like, oh, Barbell Voodoo made it, well, guess where? They're coming to Barbell Voodoo to shop now.
Yeah.
That's where, we have a lifetime customer, and that's where the money's at, for us.
You support the little guy, give them an opportunity, they're going to want to keep coming back. Every time they need a shirt, they're going to print by Barbell Voodoo.
There you go. And if we do that, here's the thing. We were a little brand when we started.
Yeah.
Now we're a little bit bigger, and the thing is I know how it feels to get started, and we want to make sure everybody can make it. We've been in the business so long now that I've seen companies that have started and left already.
Yeah.
I've seen big companies who are here that are no longer, and it's like, wow, how does that work, And,
what do you think that is?
I think a lot of it is some of their attitude. I mean, here's the thing, if you don't keep a positive, upbeat attitude about what's going on, and you got to keep interesting in everybody's eyes. No matter what it is, you got to keep interesting. So, there you go. Yeah, hence the duck.
The shirt,
I mean? So if you don't stay interesting, I think you fade away.
Yeah.
And again, not to mention anybody's name because I'm not going to, but if you have a shirt that's monotone that says one thing on it every time, sooner or later
people get bored of it.
Yeah, you're going to get bored.
How many times can they buy that?
Yeah, you're not going to buy it. And there's some very large companies that do that, and that's all they have. And my thing is this right here. Let's have fun with this, because every time somebody shows up, they're like, "Oh my God, what's new?"
Yeah.
And I go point out new, and they're like, "Okay, I'll take all of them."
Yeah.
So instead of selling one shirt that's monochrome colored and got one word or two words on it, then I can sell 3 or 4 shirts, and of course.
Well, hey, and if you like it, somebody else is going to like it.
Yeah, and here's the other thing. 10 years ago, think about it. We started 10 years ago when we were younger and CrossFit was younger. Now, some of the people who started, i.e. like Rich and all those guys, they're older and have kids and all this now. So way back in the day, we had a kids line. We couldn't sell any
kids line.
A kids line. We couldn't sell it because nobody had kids. They were all too dang young. So now they're all having babies. So it's like, hey, we may want to go back to a kids line because nobody sells kids clothes.
And no cool kids clothes either.
Right. So you make the same type of stuff, with kids clothing.
Yeah.
Well, guess what happens? Now the parents are in there.
Yeah.
They're going to buy, because they don't care how much little Johnny's shirt costs. They're going to buy it for little Johnny. And then they buy one too because they want to match their kid. It's kind of like going to Disneyland and everybody's got the same shirt on.
Yeah.
Here we go.
The bunny ears and shit too. Yeah. Everybody wants it. Why not?
That's right.
So take me through what made you want to actually start a clothing brand? What was the inception of Barbell Voodoo?
Okay. So it's kind of funny how it all worked out. My partner Roy, he was sitting outside of a CrossFit gym that I went to for like hours, because he was intimidated to come in. He was a powerlifter. He was a
wow.
powerlifter, 560 bench press. I mean, this dude's a monster, right? Squats, I don't know, the earth. Deadlifts, 3 houses. You know, he's just a big man. Just, you know, grown ass man, strong.
Is he here?
No.
Oh, okay.
You will never see. If you see Roy here, something happened, like I died or something bad has happened.
Okay.
Like, you know, Roy's. Like, we did this for 7 years, like 6 or 7 years. Like every event we were there, and ultimately our goal was always to leave him at home and let me sell, and he was to do the creation, and we were able to get to that finally.
Sweet.
So. But he came in, and he's a mammoth of a man, right? And I'm like, hey, what's going on? And I'm like, what's your name? He's like, Roy. And I'm like, I can't remember that. So I started calling him Cowboy Roy, right? So I'm hollering across the gym, Cowboy Roy. And he's like, I hate this dude, right? But every day he worked out at the same time, and I was there every day at the same time. So then we just became friends.
Yeah.
He's like, hey, man, I got this idea. I'm like, what is it? And he's like, man, I want to make a cool T-shirt for bigger guys like us. And I'm like, oh, that's cool shit. Yeah, cool. Why don't you do it? And he's like, okay. 2 months later, he's like, hey, I got this idea. I'm like, what the fuck? You want to make a T-shirt? He's like, yeah. I'm like, what is fucking stopping you, dude?
Yeah.
He's like, I ain't got no money. I'm like, dude, how much can a fucking T-shirt cost to make? You know what I mean? He's like, he told me what the number was. And so I drove to his house, like right after the gym. I went to my safe and I got some cash.
Yeah.
I drove to his house. I knocked on his door and he's like, how the fuck do you know where I live? I'm like, dude, I work for UPS. I know where everybody lives. He's like, oh God, you know, like stalker, you know what I mean? But I handed him some cash and he looked at me and I shook his hand. I said, we're partners now, brother. He's like, okay. And you know, so Roy ultimately didn't believe in himself. I'm gonna be real honest with you. He just didn't believe in himself enough.
Yeah. And
like, he's like, dude, you just kicked me over the head and said, I believe in you more than you believe in yourself, and gave me the money. He's like, dude, it's like nobody's ever done that, you know, and that's kind of how it got started. And you know, then from there, so we have one shirt. We bought one shirt because that's all the money we had.
What was the original design?
It said impossible, so it's making the impossible possible. So it said impossible, and the I and the M was crossed out.
Sweet.
Making the impossible possible.
I like that a lot.
So,
you guys still have that?
Not well. We got it in the warehouse. We don't have it here. So
okay.
Probably will re-release that at some point.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The second one was limitless and limitless. So it's pretty cool. And so like literally one shirt we sold out the first day. We're like, oh shit, what do we do now?
Did you launch it like on a website or?
No, we went to the gym.
Sweet.
Because that's the only people we knew.
Yeah.
So everybody, like 25 people bought it because that's all we could buy was 25 shirts, right?
Heck yeah.
So then we go to the next day and we're like, okay. And we sold out another 25. Okay, well, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, now who do we sell to now? Because we already, so now you have to have another shirt or another idea or something else because now we're selling to all of our friends. Mm-hmm. So we're like, okay, we're going to go try to do a comp. And they told us how much it cost. We're like, we ain't got that money. So I was actually competing in that comp, my wife and I, and so Roy was pulled up in his car and had boxes in the back of his car. And we had shirts. I had all the gear on. She had all the gear on. He has them slung over his shoulder, walking around. He's slinging shirts like we're slinging crack out of the back of a car, CDs out of the back of a trunk.
Did you put a little baggie of crack with it?
Yeah. That's how come we sold so many.
That's how you get the repeat customers.
I give it to him for free a little bit. And he's like, yeah, got him.
Yeah.
You know, so, but yeah, that's how it started, man. And you know, it's like. Then it started just growing and growing and growing, and it's kind of we're too dumb and stubborn to quit.
Yeah.
So it just got.
You
bigger.
have to be, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you're not, you'll never make it in this business.
You'll burn out quick. Anything. Well, let's go back to real quick. So you gave him the money, but what made you believe in Roy so much that you were willing to give him cash?
Man, here's my thing, man. I've always been a believer of you know, if somebody's got a dream or an idea. If you can make it happen, dude, you just make it happen.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't want to be his partner, to be real honest with you. I really didn't want to be a T-shirt salesman. I wanted to see him succeed.
Yeah.
Well, he's not going to let that happen because that's just how Roy is. Roy is, he's a great big burly looking bastard, but he is the biggest cuddly teddy bear on the inside of anybody you ever meet. But if you saw him, you'd be like, oh God, look, damn Grizzly Adams over there. You know, why am I mess with him? You know, sure, angry tattooed looking dude. You know.
We love that. We love that.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But it's like he's the nicest person alive. So,
heck yeah.
But he's just got a big heart. Here's my thing. He had a dream. He wanted to do something. I had the money. Here you go, man.
Help him out. Yeah.
So and it ended up now I'm a partner and we've been doing this for 10 years. So it's like, oh crap.
And it's paying off.
So now what are we supposed to do? You know what I mean? And you know, we've grown. Here's the best part. For 10 solid years, the business has grown.
Yep.
Last year we had our biggest year ever. I mean, everything's just working in our direction. You know, like I say, and it's. You know, then with the new stuff we're going to be doing, it's just like, oh crap, this really could be something real fast.
So how, from going from like T-shirt sales in a parking lot with bags of crack, how did you scale the business up to where you're at now?
Well, we bought a lot more crack.
That'll be a good clip.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
right. So, ultimately, so we've bootstrapped everything. So all the cash, all the money, everything's come out of pocket.
Wow.
So we've never borrowed any money. We've never done anything. So we own everything we have.
That's good.
And then so we've also figured out that we're not the two smartest people in the room.
Yeah.
Never.
How important is that?
A lot, really. Because here's the thing: somebody else may have a better idea or a better widget. Okay, so I'm not afraid to beg, borrow, or steal.
Yeah.
But so we started asking people, and so we hired a business coach, and let's make us smarter business people. And once we started doing that, it's like, well, why are you using your own money when you can go get the money from the bank and pay next to nothing on it? Well, because we don't show any, we don't have the right stuff on paper. Okay, well, hang on a sec. He has an accountant. Now we got that accountant. The accountant fixes all of our books. Now, so everything is coming together like it's supposed to, but it just took us a lot longer. I mean, I guess we're the dumb kids in the class, like we were, had to sit in the back of the room.
No, you're the hustlers, dude.
Well, that we're not going to quit.
Yeah.
But now the problem's going to be is for everybody else. I'm just going to tell you this. Now that we figured it out, you better hang on.
Yeah.
We're coming.
Yeah.
And we're coming
good.
for everybody. And I'm not talking about the little guys. I'm talking about two big boys.
Ooh, I love that energy, dude.
Yeah.
So
we're going to be a problem in the industry, and I don't mean that in a bad way. It's
you're going to disrupt it.
We're going to be disruptors, and we've always been that way. That's where the duckies come in. Like, I mean, you can see my guy out here. I mean, he's got all kind of craziness on.
Yeah, heck yeah.
And if you just start watching people walk by, you'll see them. They're going to be like, oh man, and you're going to see some fun stuff. And that's, and other piece is we're not afraid to grab a brand, that whomever and say, hey, let's do a collab.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, we're so small, we don't give a damn. We'll help you get to where you need to get to too, and help us help you, and grow together. I mean,
that's fucking
part
awesome.
of it, dude. So anything we can do to be a part of the community as a whole, I mean, that's what we do.
That's cool,
and
man.
So, I don't know, guy that's in the community, just got a random, diagnosis of cancer.
Who did?
It's a CrossFit Zoo, the owner of CrossFit Zoo. His name's Brad. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what his last name is, but we do a lot of business with him.
Yeah.
So we got a shirt over there. It's going to be online. It's going to be it's a fundraiser for him. All the proceeds go to them. Just terrible diagnosis. I mean, all of a sudden.
Yeah.
This dude's a great dude. We were at his gym like 3 weeks before, and then all of a sudden he's in the hospital.
Dude,
we're like, what the hell, man?
That's crazy.
So how can we help?
Yeah.
We print shirts. So how can we help? Let's sell a shirt for you.
Right.
Let's put it out to our masses. Let's put it out to whomever it needs to go to. And I mean, there's been people coming by every day buying them here. You're buying them from us, so it's like good.
Yeah,
we want to help people out if we can.
So how do people find it? They go on their website.
It's on Barbell Voodoo's website, so barbellvoodoo.com.
Okay. Sweet.
And it's Brad Strong. I think is the shirt. Brad Strong, like not his last name ain't Strong, but he's strong. So strong in the fight anyway, right?
Yeah, heck yeah, dude. Well, I hope he's okay. I hope he gets better.
Yeah, we do too.
Yeah, that's wild.
I don't know. I've been here, so I've been really hyper focused on this event. So I haven't heard anything, but some of his people came by and like, hey man, thank you guys so much. Of course, everybody's pretty amped up. He's local here in Florida.
Okay.
So it's pretty cool.
Cool, man. Well, hey, how important is like getting influencers on board with you? Do you guys have any influencers or athletes that you sponsor?
So a long time ago, we thought we did a lot of athlete stuff, and we found that really didn't. It helped the brand get the name out, but it didn't make sales. So and unless you have a Danny or one of those people that you got to have $300 million in the bank account to deal with. So we do have some influencers. We got social media influencers. Allie is one of our influencers. She's
funny as hell.
She's funny. I mean, dude, she does crazy shit that I don't even think of. So I'm like, okay, cool. And she's got me doing stuff, and
she's smart.
Yeah, she's really smart. Like today, she and I had a little debrief this morning about, hey, let's try this or do this, and she's going to be at the games with us. So it's like, okay, what do we do different?
Yeah.
To be even better, and and so that's part of it. You got to listen to the people. Here's the thing. Like I said, we're not the smartest two in the room. I promise you. But if somebody says, hey man, try this, and if you go try it and it works, great. If it doesn't work, okay, take it down, go back to what you were doing.
Yeah.
What we got's working, but if we can make it better, then that's what you do.
I was just talking to Jeremey from Tupud right before you, and we were talking about like he had a really good mentor like in college and everything that kind of showed him the way with business and how to like like basically conduct himself. And I think that's so important too. Like I have 2 mentors that I regularly talk to about everything business-wise, because I own a gym. I'm shutting it down so I can go all in on the podcast. But yeah, throughout my like last 4 years, I've had this one mentor that has just told me I've missed so many mistakes because of that, because I've been able to ask him. And I find that a lot of brands, or like people even starting up a company or whatever, they fail because they think they know it all.
And we find that happens. I mean, a lot of times, and sometimes when you try to help somebody, and you just say, hey man, this would be maybe a better way, and they don't listen to you, you just got to chalk that up as okay. Yeah. That's okay for us too. We're okay. I mean, I'm not mad at them. Just, and it's, our thing is we always try to listen. Yeah. Because here's like I said, we're not the smartest two in the room, so we're going to have some help. And like I said, we have a mentor business coach that I mean, dude, we go eat dinner with him, we go do lots of things, we hang out with him, and he comes to the warehouse and shoots stuff with us. I mean, he's there, he's involved, and
that's awesome.
It makes a difference when somebody can say, hey dude, I've already grown multi-million-dollar companies. Let me help you do that. And we're like, oh, okay, okay, yes sir. Because here's the thing, like you just said, he's going to give me the shortcut. And I ain't saying we're trying to take a shortcut, but I mean, we've been grinding for 10 years. Okay, now it's go time, I mean. It's
the shortcut of knowledge. You don't have, like, you can shortcut that. It doesn't take away from the hustle or the grind that you actually have to put in. It's just like, you get to shortcut the reading or the mistakes that you might make along the way. Right? The bullshit.
And how to spend the money more wisely, or how to, have product more readily available, or whatever it may be. I mean, it's just, all in all, it's, well,
that's why we got our accountant too. Our accountant, the fittest accountant, John. We got him because we were like, we don't want to make money mistakes. Like, tell us what we should spend our money on, what we shouldn't spend our money on. He's the one that told me, like, get out of your gym, pay it off this way, and then any event that you can go to, you need to go to so you can grow the podcast. He's like, you'll figure out the sponsorships and all that shit later on. Just like, make sure you spend your money in this way. And so it's so much better than not having that.
Yeah, for sure. And again, the thing is, like I said, the sponsorships will come, because once you get the listenership up and the downloads up, that comes with it, and that's where the big money starts showing up, because people are like, oh man, if I don't, I got to advertise on there, because if I don't, I'm missing out. You got to make it almost like, if you're not here, you're missing out.
Which thankfully we got our first sponsorship, so thank God. But I'm still trying to navigate that. I want to find out, like, how do I even approach, because I don't know anything about this. I don't have any mentors for this. I'm like, how do I approach having the conversation with a brand? Hey, do you want to give me $1,000, $1,500 a month, and you'll be a regular, ad or whatever?
Sure.
And our stuff gets engaged pretty good, but I'll figure that out down the road. I'm not super worried about it right now.
Well, the thing is, like you said, once the engagement gets up, I mean, then it's a really easy conversation. Because people start coming to you. Instead of you having to go to them. And when that happens, of course, that just makes life easier. I mean,
it's so much easier.
All of a sudden, okay, now we're working.
Sweet, man. How'd you get the name Barbell Voodoo? You guys, okay, so are you from Texas?
No, we're from Nashville.
Nashville, okay. So I was thinking for some reason that you guys were from, what's it called?
New Orleans.
New Orleans.
So we have a lot of family in New Orleans. And so that's where the name did come from.
Okay.
So we originally wanted Voodoo Barbell. That was the original name. Well, we went online to get Voodoo Barbell. Somebody owned it. They'd never done anything with it, but somebody owned it. Well, we're in New Orleans. Well, I'm not. Roy and his wife are in New Orleans eating dinner with his uncle, and he's like, why don't you just flip it to Barbell Voodoo? And he called me. He's like, hey man, because we were launching the shirt. The shirt was coming out, and we didn't have the company name. We're like, shit, we got to get something on there, So it's like, man, I hate that. I hate it. He's like, I do too. So we rolled with it, and now it's like, dude, if we would have been Voodoo Barbell, this would have sucked ass. So like now it's like, that's the name. And so we own Voodoo Barbell now. We own all of that too.
Nice.
So we bought all the domains and all that now. which is great. You know, it's just like it's part of the growth of the business.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and the person wouldn't sell it to us. They were just trying to make money, and then we ended up being able to. Once it released, we were able to grab it.
Did they? So how much were they trying to charge you for it?
Like $1,500 for a $10.
$1,500?
Yeah.
Do you know who Alex Hormozi is?
I don't think so.
He's the dude who like developed Gym Launch. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, I think so.
So he developed that. He has acquisition.com or whatever. And then he told this story on one of his podcasts about somebody had acquisition.com. He has $100 million. He has amazing money, right? And the dude wanted to sell it for $325,000 fucking dollars. And Alex was like, it's not worth my time to negotiate with you. How do I wire you the money? For a domain name, somebody thinks they can get that much money.
But here's the thing: they paid $10 for that name.
I know.
So that guy just made like 325,000% markup. You know, and that's so we just kind of weighed it out because the guy had never done anything with Voodoo Barbell, so it made no difference to us. There wasn't a company that wasn't selling shirts against us or anywhere else.
Yeah.
So who cares?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We just wanted to own it so nobody else could do something with it.
Right. Yeah, that's a hustle in itself, though. Like just buying domain names, coming up with names, and just waiting for somebody to come.
And that's how the other one came about. Like I said, Roy literally said he woke up at like 2:30 in the morning. It's like, I got this idea. And it was the affiliate tees. He's like, surely to God somebody owns that.
Yeah.
He went in and popped it in the domain. Nobody had. He bought it at like 2:30 in the morning. So now, it's like, holy, it's one of them, like when it comes to you. As somebody asked me what I was doing earlier, I was on the phone with Roy because I had this idea.
Yeah.
And I'm here, and if I don't get it out now, like I'm so overstimulated, I won't remember what I was thinking. So like I have to get it to him immediately so he can jot or write or whatever, record me or whatever he's doing.
Dude, I'm the same way. It's either like I got to record with the camera as soon as I have an idea, or I write it down in my notes. But more times than not, I look at my notes, I'm like, nah.
Yeah. And that's why I tell him, like I said, he's the common sense part of me.
Yeah.
Like I may throw some wild outlandish deal out and he's like, yeah, okay, yeah, cool. He just takes it like, yeah, Jeremy, I got it.
Yeah.
Then I get home, he's like, we ain't doing that. You know what I mean?
Gasses you up a little bit and he's like, so I didn't want to break your heart, but.
It's almost like the one time I came out with I had this pair of shorts I wanted him to make, and I'm like, dude, this is going to be the best. And I got this idea of this in my head, right? And I've gassed myself up to thinking this is the best.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, hear me out. So you sitting down? He's sitting down at his house. We just got through working out or something. He's sitting down. I'm like, lightning bolt, and he looks at me. He's like, no, and I'm like, he doesn't see my idea. There's no way he can see my idea. I was thinking more like the Metallica Ride the Lightning album, like cool lightning bolts. And he saw this fucking Shazam lightning bolt or something. That's what he had in his head. I'm like, but anyway, so that year for Christmas, for our Christmas party, I wore a lightning bolt. I had a printer print me a shirt with a lightning bolt. He's like, I hate you. You know what I mean? So.
We're not doing it.
Yeah,
no.
Jeremy, still the answer's no.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Terrible freaking idea, Jeremy.
That's funny, dude. Well, hey, man, I really appreciate you taking the time to sit down with me. Why don't you give me like a brief synopsis on what the long-term plan with Barbell Voodoo is? You said that you want to take over the space.
Yeah.
That you're going to take over the space.
We're going to take over. I'm not real worried about that piece of it. While some of the other folks seem to be adventuring off into some other spaces, a lot of them do. So, and I get it. I get what some of them are doing, because they have the money and they can. I think what we're going to do is we're going to continue to be in this gym space, whether it's CrossFit, whether it's jiu-jitsu, whether it's underwater basket weaving, whatever it may be. So we have some other stuff coming out with some other folks that are doing some new stuff. But ultimately, the fitness space in general, we're going to keep making fun and fun of stuff. Whether it be whatever that is. Probably going to have a new swim line because every event now has a swim.
Yeah, everything.
We talked about this for years. But it wasn't as important to us to make a swim line because we have to make sure. Here's the thing: you got to make sure your core's there. Once the core's there, then we can branch out. And like the big company down there with two initials, BP. They did really well at that. They had a real core, and now they've really started branching out. And like I say, I'm never going to make a pair of shoes because shoes cost a bazillion dollars to make. But
seems like a headache too.
Well, so I don't know if you know a lot about shoes, but every one you have to have a mold for. And so for a 6, you have to have a mold. 6.5, you have to have a mold. And that's why a lot of companies like some of these other companies only have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
Because they don't want to buy all the half molds.
Right.
So anyway, we won't do that. But we just got a lot of ideas, man. We're gonna keep coming up with fun, sweatshirts and hoodies and shorts, men's shorts and shorter men's shorts and longer women's shorts, because all the guys want their underwear hanging out the bottom, and all the girls want their knees covered now. I'm like, what the hell? When we started, the guys wanted the longest shorts you could get, and the girls wanted the shortest shorts you could get.
It's like, go back to showing some skin.
Yeah, damn it, what's going on? So we're just gonna keep disrupting with that, man. And like I say, we're gonna keep coming out with new stuff. We got like 160 ideas still in the tank. We're ready to roll with them. So it's just like every week we're dropping new shirts and new stuff, and with Allie helping us with all the other stuff we got going, man. We're gonna take it over. I think we're gonna bring our podcast back.
Nice.
Roy, get your ass on that. But yeah, we're gonna bring the podcast back. So of course we'll have you on there. Come hang out with
dude.
me.
Yeah, definitely.
Cross promotion.
We're going to. I think we're gonna be out in Tennessee for the semifinal stuff. So.
Okay, yeah.
Are you guys going to Fittest of the Coast next week?
Yeah, we'll be at Fittest next week. We're literally leaving here, going to Fittest.
All right, sweet. Maybe we could collab there. I got nowhere to post up.
Yeah, come on, man.
Sweet.
Yeah, come on in. We'll be ready to roll. Just come on, hang out with us. We'll have some fun.
Hell yeah, man.
Cool.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate you, brother. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks, man. Appreciate
like,
you.
subscribe, do all that. Go buy some shit from Barbell Voodoo, and we'll talk to you guys in the next one.